Welcome to Motivational Monday. This is Fed Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today we're going to draw a lesson from a Disney executive and a consultant. But before we start, make sure to smash the like button, share, and do subscribe, especially if you find value in this presentation. Okay, so here's the story. This goes back about 20 years ago. A good friend of mine just got a job at one of the best, most reputable consultant companies in the United States called Booz Allen Hamilton. Now, they're the top, okay? So who hires Booz Allen Hamilton? Disney. Now, Disney had this massive executive down in Florida. Now, Disney has a bunch of parks around the world, if you're not familiar with it. And it's really it's a world. It's not just a park. It's like you're going there for 2-3 days and you're consumed. Not only do they have hotels on site, but they have everything. It's an entire city for a park. And each one has its own spice. In California, it's United Kingdom. In Florida, it's Epcot Center. And in Paris, they have one. And I think they have one in the Far East. But it's amazing. It's an amazing experience to really, if you do get an opportunity to take your family, your kids, it's something else. Okay, so here is my friend going down to Disney Park and what's going on with this executive. So this executive is retiring and Disney doesn't know what to do. And this is the dilemma. This particular executive had a knack of knowing how and when they should hire on any given day. And almost he had it down to like the T. He had it down to like a science of how many park visitors there would be expected at any given day. Now think about it like this. There are about an average 33,000 park attendees almost every single day at one of these parks. Particularly in Florida, it's 33,000. It cost about $160 just per person per day for one of these tickets. Crazy amount of money. So if you think about it, it's about $5 million a day. Now, if you know how many to expect per day, remember, you're giving a massive amount of service to a massive amount of people on any given day. You want to make sure that you're not overstepping it, right? Because if you're bringing in too many employees on any given day, your costs are going to be way up, right? But you don't want there to be a situation where you have a day where you have a lot of more regular people. The park capacity is, let's say, at 100,000 per day. That on any given day, if you had all of a sudden an influx of 75,000 people, that you didn't have the proper employees to be there to service these customers. So, it's a real knack to really know at any given day. Remember, there's holidays, there are cold days, there are days where it's raining, and this guy had it down to a science, almost, okay? He really would like a very small margin of error. He knew at any given day how many park attendees to expect. And then the park could then kind of assess how many employees they'll need to service, right? If there's going to be a day where they're only expecting 15,000 people, then they're going to, put some people at home. And then, if they're expecting 75,000 people, then they're going to bring in a lot more workers in order to accommodate that influx. So my friend was sent down to kind of look over what this guy did in order for him to be able to assess at any given day, right, how many employees they'll need for that day. And that was his job. So he spent like 3-4 months down in Disney trying to assess any given tale. And he would tell me, at any given time, this guy would read the news, would go over what was going on in the news, right, to see if there's going to be influx of people, right, if there's hurricanes or if there's, kind of warmer weather in the northern hemisphere, they would kind of shy away from people coming in the wintertime because they'd stay where they were, right? There was all these type of factors. Time of year, okay, certainly was one. But there were many factors, and he tried to put it into a program. And there was that transmission from a person into a program. Now, that's not the point of the story. The point of the story, this guy never went to university. He was just out of high school, and he had moved up the ranks as a manager and then to become an executive because he was so good at what he did. And that's really the point of the story. The point of this story is that you think that sometimes you need to get a degree on the wall in order to do the job that you do, and it's not true. Many times, yes, you need a degree on the wall to get that initial job. Yes, today it's almost become a standard. However, and it's actually now moving backwards because people realize that the degree on the wall doesn't always mean that you're capable to do the job. And that is an opportunity for people that don't have that degree on the wall to really take advantage. Now, I'm not saying it's easier necessarily. Life is going to be hard. You just choose which hard you want. You want to work hard, become a doctor, become a professional, and earn your salary that way. That's one way. Or you could work hard at your given trade and become really good at it and earn your salary the other way. But that's the point and the moral of the story, is that many people who come into trading kind of like feel that they can't master it because they don't have a background. They didn't go to university. They don't have the means in understanding how to become effective and become successful in this particular trade. But that's not true, because in essence, everybody has the potential to do it. It just means how much you're going to persevere, how much you're going to put effort and work and industry into hacking that success that you're looking to hack into. Now, it doesn't have to be necessarily trading. It could be sales, it could be marketing, it could be advertising, whatever your thing is. It could be anything. But the point is that it's going to take hard work, but you don't need that degree to confirm it. And this guy was a living example of that, because they had to take what this guy accumulated, that knowledge over so many years and that experience, and trying to move it so that it wasn't dependent on any particular person. They tried to put it into a software, and in those days into a very rudimentary algorithm or artificial intelligence for them to assess exactly how many employees they needed at any given day. Imagine what an effective executive this guy was to Disney and how important it was. And that remains true, that if you work hard on something and you become good at it, you will become so invaluable to your organization that they will be so dependent on you. Thank you for joining me for Motivational Monday. We'll see you here next week.